Hi, I'm Rebecca, and welcome to my podcast, Smashing Through with Rebecca Adams. I am so excited you're here on this episode. Topics include life, business, mindset, full of kick ass content and high energy. Enjoy the podcast, and remember, you too can smash through and keep going always. It's okay to change your mind and not follow what others think. Stay with me on this. This is going to be a major, major topic. So, you may feel like sometimes in life everything's up in the air and you're in limbo, right? And you don't know which way to go, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know which way to turn. Really think about it. Maybe you're in that place right now, maybe you've been there. Can you relate? You know what I mean? Really think about it. So you may be full of anxiety, maybe overwhelmed, you don't know whether you're coming or going, and you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel or coming out the other side. But in those moments, you don't have to conform to your peers or what other people say you should do or what you should think or anything. You have a brain. You can do what you like. You can think what you like. You can change your mind. You can do anything, you know? And the thing is, things happen, sometimes when we least expect them as well. And our mindset is tested constantly. You are tested constantly. But you're also forgetting in the moment that sometimes you're reacting, not responding, and you are strong and amazing as you are. So you don't have to. Do you remember that saying, if you get in with the wrong crowd, all of that? But you don't have to go along with something at work just because, or you don't have to, go along with stuff just because someone said something. It reminds me of, the film Mean Girls. All the girls are going along with, the main character, and it's like, really, are you really, the main character of the Mean Girls, as in that group. But, you need to know, yes, it is okay to change your mind. It's okay to say no. It's okay to walk off in a different direction. Yes, it is okay to not follow what other people think that you should be doing. Yes, it's okay to go against status quo and do your own thing. Wear what you want, do what you want, say what you want, obviously be mindful and respectful. Yes, it is okay to be yourself and go for it. You don't have to conform to any of, society's things. You can do what you want. You literally can do what you want. Do you want to wear jeans today? Go and wear jeans. Do you want to wear, a long black coat today? Go and wear a long black coat. Do you want to wear shorts and t-shirt? Go and do that. You know what I mean? You don't have to. And I remember doing this as a kid, as a teenager. You might relate. I see them now in the park and I'm like, I used to do that. Bunches of girls, they're all kind of wearing the same thing. If one's wearing denim shorts, the other one wears denim shorts. If one's wearing a long black skirt, the other one wears a long black skirt. And I'm like, I used to do that. I used to phone up and go, what are you wearing today? Do you know what I mean? And it's the same with the lads in the army. They're always wearing jeans. And at that point, back in the 90s, they all wore Ralph Lauren shirts. It's just, like, you know what I mean? You couldn't pick out anyone. They're all dressed the same. But the thing is, again, it's your choice. So don't feel as though you have to conform. Be a voice for yourself. Be bold. Step up. Okay? Now, there is a disclaimer. The accountability for anything that you do and say is on you. So please don't, come back at me and say, well, Rebecca said this, Rebecca said that. I am just here to remind you that you can and will achieve anything you set your mind to. Do the inner work within yourself that you need to do to release all the negative feelings of feeling pressured, of feeling that you have to conform, of feeling that you have to go along with everything else, the emotions that you're feeling. You're going to be left out if you don't do this, or they're going to subject you to something if you don't do, X, Y, and Z. You don't wear these clothes, or you're going to be outed at school or college or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I help my private clients with all of this stuff. And, they have kids as well, So the thing is that you've got to remember you're worth more than rubies and diamonds, okay? And it is okay to change your mind. It is okay to go against status quo. You don't have to. There is no box. The box doesn't exist, okay? You don't have to put yourself in a position where you feel as though you're not being your own original blueprint. You've got to be yourself. You've got to ooze. Your soul is wanting you and encouraging you to be yourself. And, you know, you're unique and amazing and remarkable. You need to embrace that. You know what I mean? So if you are or have ever been told you're too loud, I have, and it's like you need to be quiet, and I'm like, you know what I mean? As a child back in the 80s growing up, I was like, obviously you do as you're told, which kids should do nowadays as well. But you know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, there's something wrong with me because I'm too loud or I voice my opinion or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Back in the day, that wasn't taken very lightly. Now it's like in my 40s, as I record this, it's like, well, I am very mindful and respectful of everybody, obviously. I have a heart of gold. And the thing is that I will be a voice. I will put people in their place. I will catch people out on stuff, especially if it's in an environment whereby, you know, you're in a meeting, especially special needs, and you trip yourself up. I'm going to tell you. I will put you in your place. Your rank and everything, I respect the job that you do, but I will tell you. You know what I mean? Because I'm a voice, not only in an advocate for my son, but also other people as well. Because I'm like, right, okay then, the kids in the classroom, blah, 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 blah. I'm going back a few years, but I've done this for many friends who've got special needs, kids as well, but also for myself, my son. And I've won every single thing that I've gone into a meeting with because I just go in there with the drive and the focus on the end game. And the thing is that I really, and this is the advice I want you to take from this podcast episode, okay? I don't care what people think of me. That's on them, not me. That's their thoughts, that's their feelings and emotions and stuff like that. I'm a nice, kind, caring person. And the thing is, so are you. And the version that some people receive of you determines and is determined by their behaviour. So if you rant and rave and shout at something, like you know that point where it's like bit, and then you get to a point and you're like, right, you're gonna get it now. I'm gonna tell you. You know what I mean? They've stepped over the line, and you actually go, right, that was uncalled for. Do. And then they just say, oh, well, you know, you're being nasty. And it's like, no, you've pushed me to that point that actually I'm going to speak for myself and I'm going to say something, okay? You shouldn't need to get to that point. You need to put your boundaries in place, and it is okay to change your mind. It is okay to say no. It is okay. And no is a full, complete sentence, by the way. And you don't need to conform to what other people think that you should wear or think what you should do or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Now, on the flip side, I will say it is okay to get advice, but always follow your inner gut. It's your inner compass directing you to what feels good, what's right, and all of this. And the thing is, outside influences kind of dull down your feelings, so you can't think for yourself and you can't listen to the gut. I know a lot of people that can't listen to the gut, and I'm like, right, you've got too much noise going on, as in noise out there. But it is okay to change your mind and go, you know what, that doesn't fit well with me, my planner right now. So, you know, can we change it? Or I'm going to have to change it so that you still keep the power, okay? So there are ways and means, there's always things, but the one thing I want you to know is that you can do all of this with respect for the other people and the other person. You can do it respectfully. You can say with all due respect. You can say it to your boss. I was taught in the army with all due respect, and then you can say whatever it is, but still be respectful and mindful of the other person. Because as I said in the previous podcast, number 148, is that everything's in pen. Your life is in pen. You can't erase it. You can't change what you've said or done, but you can actually, you know, move the mountains and, you know, do the thing and have the best life possible that you want. Don't conform to other people. Go against status quo. You know, really, really think and be mindful of yourself. How do you want your life to be? How do you want to be remembered? What do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to live your life? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to be joyful? Do you want to be excited? And it is all about knowing that you lived a true life, not a fake one, not a pretend one, not like, oh, you've conformed to everything else that everyone has said and you only wore jeans because your friend wore jeans. You know, you get to decide. You have choices every single day, embrace them. You're really amazing. Power up, keep your crown on, go to RebeccaAdamsBiz.com, come and have a look at programs and courses, journals, books, mentorship, everything, events, everything I've got there. And it is all about you being empowered, inspired, and motivated. I'll see you on the next one.